My job for the next 10 minutes is to share our communications and marketing achievements for the past year and to look ahead to the rest of 2015. We'll focus on 3 key pillars: our member communications, the IC iLearn program, and public education. First, we'll start with our member communications and a little bit about our new website. Working with our partners, we made some significant advances and improvements to streamline the website and to better our management and utilization of the member database. We've overhauled and restructured a significant amount of the content to improve the user experience for both members and for the public. What does that mean? For you, it means access to timely and relevant information, making it a go-to source. For the public, it means improved access to educational information, but most importantly, the ability to find a local doctor of optometry using the Find a Doctor tool. Speaking of online resources, we have news about LinkedIn. For some time now, we've been looking for ways to better engage and interact with our members. The solution we found was in LinkedIn. Here, we've developed a closed member group, and you can use it to ask all your burning questions, anything about OHIP billing, practice management, human resources, whatever you like. The great advantage of this is that those conversations become an open resource that all members have access to, and they can all learn from the shared experiences because those discussions continue to exist in a living, breathing library of information. Now, what about our regular internal communications with all of you, our members? Of course, we've continued the ever-popular President's Report and enhanced it with our Member Spotlight. Each month, Dr. Goodhue interviews Ontario optometrists who are doing interesting and unique things in their practices and their communities. We hope that these stories will inspire you to do great things in your own offices. And of course, we're always looking for new ideas, so please, if you have any, let any of us know. In another exciting development, our own Dr. Ritesh Patel will be hosting a weekly show on Zoomer Radio. He'll be fielding calls and answering questions about vision care and eye health from members of the public. Ritesh's friendly voice will help to expand the awareness of the role we play. Now, we'll move on to growing the IC iLearn program. In 2014 and 2015, we saw significant geographic and participant experience across the province, particularly in Toronto, Ottawa, and Eastern Ontario. Now, the exciting news is that as of July 1st, IC iLearn will be province-wide, and everyone will have access to this program. Last year, our media outreach introduced IC iLearn to more than 9 million Ontarians. Now next, I'm going to show you our new public service announcement, which I'm sure promises to be even more successful.
Honey, you need to get dressed. You're going to be late.
Ian, let's focus on our letters.
Ian, is everything okay? Your teacher called and said you've been having some trouble. Sweetie?
Did you know that 80% of classroom learning is done through sight? And that nearly 1 in 4 children has a vision problem? The only way to ensure vision limitations are detected early is to have your child's eyes checked by a doctor of optometry.
Let's see if this helps.
The Ontario Association of Optometrists is proud to offer the IC iLearn program, providing eye exams and glasses for Ontario's junior kindergarten students at no cost to you. Help your child see a brighter future. Visit icilearn.ca to learn more.
I hope most of you recognize Dr. Radhika Chawla, our chair of the Children's Vision Committee. She had a lot of work going into that, so thank you, Radhika. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our sponsors, OGI, Nikon, and the Ontario Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care for helping to make the program a success. Now, our public education efforts. Public education is critically important at OAO. Ontarians need to properly understand the services we provide and the importance of maintaining regular eye care, not only for their vision, but also for their overall health. First, I'll speak to the NPAC campaign, otherwise known as DOC, or Doctors of Optometry Canada, which the OAO has been very proud to support. The purpose of the program is to educate Canadians about the importance of eye health and vision care and why it's best delivered by optometrists. In 2014, the campaign saw continued success, particularly here in Ontario. The Ontario Doc website saw more than 66,000 unique visits. More than 11,500 people used the Find a Doctor tool. And on social media, the campaign has more than 14,000 fans here in Ontario. As we look ahead to the DOC program this year, we're eager to build on last year's momentum, focusing on 2 key months, May and October. Coming soon, during May's Vision Health Month, we'll focus on urgent care. In October, the Children's Vision Month will promote the importance of eye health for children. You'll see this campaign in paid advertising, in print media, on television, and online. There'll be new patient and doctor stories. We'll have a new urgent care infographic. Of course, we're continuing with the Ask a Doctor videos, which have been very popular, and there'll be a Facebook contest. In 2014, the OAO's media relations campaign focused on 4 areas. We had Vision Health Month, Back to School, Children's Vision, and Aging Eyes. Coordinating with CNIB, we drove a robust media outreach program for eye health, and we reached more than 1.8 million people here in Ontario. Children's Vision was another major area of focus. Last year, we used the Back to School season and Children's Vision Month to raise awareness of the link between vision and learning. Ultimately, the campaign successfully reached more than 9.8 million people here in the province. On the other end of the spectrum was Aging Eyes. Our Aging Eyes campaign encouraged the province's snowbirds to book their comprehensive eye exams before heading south for the winter. This was mainly accomplished by member letters to the editor in community newspapers across Ontario. So no doubt we have many people here to thank for their contribution to this program. Thank you. Moving on to our online presence. As I discussed earlier, we continue to be highly active in the online space. In an effort to enhance OAO's reach, we developed a digital advertising campaign that featured the Children's Vision video and greatly increased the number of people who saw our media stories. Through advertising on YouTube and Google, we generated more than 39,000 unique clicks to the OAO website, and many of those people used the Find a Doctor locator to schedule eye exams with Ontario optometrists. Now, the really interesting thing is the Children's Vision video we had last year had a remarkable number of views on YouTube. There were actually almost 750,000 people that watched that video. And I'm sure with the new video we just watched, we're going to see even more. Now, for the 2015 Ontario Public Education Campaign, it's my pleasure to introduce 20-Second Daydreams. Working with Edelman over the past 2 years, we've made significant progress in how we communicate about eye health and vision care. Based on the Computer Vision Syndrome 20-20-20 rule, we're encouraging Ontarians to take a 20-second break from their screens every 20 minutes with a 20-second daydream. Short audio daydreams will guide people away from their screens to help break the bad habits that lead to computer vision syndrome. It's worth noting that the idea for this campaign came from you, our members. Every day, patients ask us about the impact of computers and mobile devices and how they can best protect themselves and their families. Because it's top of mind for Ontarians, computer vision syndrome is a hook we can use to capture the attention of our target audience, mothers aged 34 to 55. They're the ones who make the consumer and healthcare choices for their families, and when it comes to the eyes, we want them to think of us first. This morning, I'd like to share 2 of the 5 daydreams we've created for the campaign.
20-second screen breaks can curb computer vision syndrome. So rest your eyes and imagine this. Picture yourself emerging from a dense jungle. In front of you, El Dorado, the lost city of gold. Reach up, touch the wall. It's almost foil-like. You peel it away, revealing an interior of pure, dark chocolate. And you only had salad for lunch. Screen breaks aren't just fun, they're good for your eyes. Visit your local optometrist to learn more. 20-second screen breaks can curb computer vision syndrome. So rest your eyes and imagine this. Picture yourself on a train. The scenery rushes past in a blur. The station names are unusual. Spa Valley, Massage Harbor. The conductor announces the next station, your station, Chardonnay Bay. At last, a commute worthy of you. Screen breaks aren't just fun, they're good for your eyes. Visit your local optometrist to learn more.
No other organization has explored computer vision syndrome like this in a public way. It's an area of vision that optometry can own, with OAO leading the way. In June 2014, the Daydreams will come alive across Ontario with multiple touch points. They'll be on the radio, they'll be in Cineplex theaters before the movie starts, and they'll be online with YouTube pre-roll, Facebook and Twitter posts, and a Google presence. All OAO members will receive information about how to share the 20-second Daydreams in your practices and with your communities. So watch for more details. They'll be showing up in about the next month. The 20-second Daydream campaign will complement our continued core initiatives, including campaigns for Vision Health Month, Back to School, Children's Vision Month, and Aging Eyes. It's going to be a very exciting year for public education here in Ontario, and I'm happy to report that this will, of course, roll out with a strong social media presence on our refreshed Facebook page and Twitter feed. Your membership and annual marketing investment is hugely important and valuable. We are the eye health experts, and we need to do more than just talk amongst ourselves. We need to educate the people of Ontario. I want to thank you all for being here again today. Your support allows us to take on these very exciting initiatives to educate Ontarians about the important role that optometrists, all of us, play in eye health. Now, as the resolutions chair this year, we'll introduce the motions presented on behalf of the Board of Directors. There will be an opportunity under agenda item number 11 for members to place a motion before the meeting. Please write your motions on the paper provided on your table and pass it to the Corporate Secretary, Ms. Beth Whitney. So our marketing assessment, as moved by Dr. Tracy McMurder and seconded by Dr. Mike Rotholtz, that an assessment for paid marketing be collected by the OAO in the amount of $800 per active member for the 2016 fiscal year. OAO retains the right, on behalf of its members, to use this assessment in partnership with other provinces and CEO and/or for such other public relations and marketing projects in Ontario as deemed appropriate by the Board of Directors of the OAO. This assessment is for the membership year, November 1st, 2015 to October 31st, 2016. If there are no further questions, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Oh, sure.
Assessment, the $800, that's been around, folks, now for at least 10 years. Right? The inflation rate went up by, what, at the average 3% per year? You're doing a great job. I think we should raise the assessment at least 20% and guide it into increase per yearly with the consumer index. 27% of members of our profession in Ontario are not members of the association. So we have to do something with those members to motivate them to join and benefit from what you folks are doing. So I'd like to make an amendment to the motion that we increase the dues to $1,000 from $800. I'm looking for a seconder to amend the motion.
Can you stand and state your name? Beth, what's the process?
The order of business now is I have a motion on the floor and a motion that has been seconded. The motion asks for an increase to, correct me if I'm wrong, $1,000, seconded to $1,000. I call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands to indicate a support of the new motion tabled on the floor. I do not see a majority. I ask those against the vote to now please raise their hands. We'll call for the vote one last time, please. I will ask you this time to please stand if you are in favor of the motion passed. I see a majority. The motion is carried.
Appointment of auditors. The annual appointment of our auditors, moved by Dr. Michael Wu and seconded by Dr. Dana Blackhomer, that the firm of KPMG be reappointed as auditors of the association. Are there any questions? I will call the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Opposed? I declare the motion carried. This concludes the section of the meeting dealing with the board-sponsored motions required by our Constitution and bylaws.